Okay, so let's get started. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. I don't know why, that's just been my thing recently. Alright, so today I'm doing probably one of my favorite looks ever. I do this look all the time. I did my holiday favorites. I did my makeup like that for this. And I got some requests to do a tutorial on that look. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's just do it. So I think I'm using 2 palettes today. Obviously, Morphe Jaclyn Hill. This is the Ring the Alarm. So I'm gonna start with my face, and I used my Dewy Cell Eye All Over the Face moisturizer. And then for my primer, I'm using my Makeup Forever Step 1. This is the smoothing primer. I'm sorry, I feel like this is just where my channel has brought me to. You just hear dogs and you hear them chewing on their bone. I don't know what else to do. Well, I do have some news. My girl dog is pregnant, and I mean, I'm hoping she's not, but I'm pretty sure she is because she's lactating. That's a pretty good sign that she's pregnant. I've seen stuff online for like a false pregnancy. I pray to God that's what it is. What am I gonna do with 12 pit bulls? I just took a shower, so my hair is still wet. Alright, I'm gonna do my brows really quick off camera, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, brows are done. Let's do my face now, and I think the foundation that I'm going to use, I'm gonna use my Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. This is like an OG favorite of mine. Seriously, I used to use this foundation every single freaking day for like 2 years. And I still really like it. It's just my skin has been changing and I don't love it. I've just been so dry recently. I don't love that, but what can you do? So I just put a couple, you know, little droppies. I'm using my Morphe Beauty Sponge. This is in the shade 6.0, and this foundation does oxidize, so it gets a little darker. For my concealer, I'm using my Shape Tape. What else is new? But I'm only gonna use this for under my eyes here. This is basically the same color as my skin, so I'm gonna put a lighter concealer on top of this. On top of that concealer, I'm using my Makeup Revolution Conceal Define. This is not my favorite concealer in the world, but it's really light, so I'm kind of just using it as a highlight. Alright, and then to set that, I'm using my Lock-It Kat Von D translucent powder. This thing is hella dirty. So I'm just going to put my sponge right into the powder. Put it right there. So basically just putting it where I put my concealer. For my lid, I want to use my NARS concealer. ¿Dónde está? Okay, so this is the NARS Creamy Matte Concealer. Is that what it's called? Soft Matte Concealer. This is in Custard, medium 1. I'm going to put this on my lids as an eyeshadow base in a second, but I'm going to finish with my face first. This is something that I've used on my channel probably almost every single video, but it's because I'm in love with it and it's perfect. So you can see here, there's kind of a line. I put it right above that line because when I blend it, I want it to be not lower than that line. So put it right here, go up like that in the temple. And then I'll also put it here on my forehead. I kind of just want it to frame my face a bit. I'll put it under here. This to me is the perfect brush. This is the Real Technique sculpting brush. I use this every single day. All right, so I'm gonna put some powder right here to carve out that line and give me like a real sharp contour. So I'm using the shade, I'm using the same powder that I use for under my eyes. So I'm using this little sharp line here on the sponge. Just like that. Perfect! Oh, and I gotta blend out under here. Imagine if I just left that and went out with this hard line right here. For my lid, I said I was gonna use the NARS Custard Soft Matte Concealer. I'm gonna put this all over my lid and I'm going to use a brushie. I'm gonna use this brush right here to blend this concealer all over my lid. Alright, so the first shade that I'm going to use is in the Morphe 35B. I'm using this yellow shade. I'm putting this in my crease. So the next shade is in the Profusion. Oh my god! The next shade I'm gonna use is in the Profusion Siennas palette. I'm using this color right here. It's still a yellow, but it's not as bright as this one. I'm gonna put this one just below that, kind of mute it out just a bit. You can see the difference on. This one's a little bit more orange. And I'm not like placing it very neatly. I'm using this synthetic fluffy brush and I'm putting it all over because I want this to be just what you see at the very top of the look. Okay, the next shade that I'm gonna use is called Rush. It's in the Jaclyn Hill Ring the Alarm palette. I'm putting this under all of that in my crease. If you're tired of me sticking out my tongue, me too. I just can't help myself. So I'm using a tapered blending brush because I want this to be a little more precise than this yellow is. This yellow is just kind of everywhere. But this one is gonna be right in my crease under that. And you'll see I'm about to do it right now. Ugh. Alright, so I have that down, and once that's down, I'm going back in with the brush that I used for the yellows, and I'm just doing the edges here. And I'm using very light pressure because I want this to be like a very feathery, blown out, smoky look. So if I use a light motion, it gives it just a very light and brushy, smoky, blowy, airy look. And I'm gonna tell you that there's so many times where I see eyeshadow, I'm like, how the hell did they get it to be so smooth and blended? It takes so much time. You have to sit there, go back and forth, go back and forth, go back and forth. And that's the secret. You just have to be very patient because you want it to look good, you have to do the time. Do the time for the crime. The crime is a killer eye look. Okay, so this is pretty blended. You can see that. Once I have that blended, I'll do that same shade again to make it a little bit more intense. And then I'll go back and do the same thing with this brush. All right, so the next shade that I'm going to do is this orange shade right here. This is called Alert. This is like a pumpkin shade, and it's like one of my favorite colors in the world. Honestly, I love it. So I'm going to use, where's my little blending brushy? I'm going to use this blending brush here. This is called the M514. So I'm gonna clean it and then I'm gonna use this to put that in my crease. Okay, so now that this is down, I'm gonna put this shade right here called Mugshot all over my lid. So I'm gonna use a flat brush like this, but this has stuff on it, so let me clean it. Okay, so I'm gonna use this to pack on this shade called Mugshot on my lid. This is probably my favorite brown color ever. Oh my god, I love it. All right, so once this is down, I'm gonna do a mix of Alert and Mugshot and put this right above where I put the Mugshot so I can blend these two colors together. Okay, and then once that's down, I'm going back in with the big fluffy brush here. Okay, so I just took a break and did my hair. Just took me 30 minutes. So I'm gonna do my lower lash line, and I think I'm gonna mix, actually I'm gonna do this first. I'm gonna do Rush and blend it a little bit farther down than I normally would. Okay, so I'm gonna get some of the yellow from the Sienna's palette and put some at the very bottom here. Okay, so now I'm getting an even smaller pencil brush, and I'm gonna get some of this shade called Secret here, and I'm gonna put that really close to my lash line. So I'm getting this really thick flat brush right here. I'm gonna get some of the Secret, and I'm gonna put line my lash line with this to kind of do like a smoky brown liner. All right, so I'm gonna get this brush again and just blend that in. Then I'm gonna get my fluffy brush again, the N514, get some of Alert, which is the orange color. So I'm just gonna get some of the yellow again to bring the yellow down on the bottom. I'm making this lower lash line hella smoky and long because I feel like it just looks so awesome. I look like a vampire. So just put the yellow on the bottom. And you know, also when I have my eyes like this, it hides my bags really well. Okay, so I'm getting some of the black, this black shadow right here. This is from the original Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm gonna put that on my lash line too to deepen it up even more. But I'm gonna get a thinner brush for this. I'm gonna get this flat brush right here. This has concealer on it. I'm so hungry. I am so hungry. But I'm almost done. So I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna put the black. This one I'm gonna put even closer to my lash line. Okay. So now I'm going to put a little bit more of the dark on the outer corner. I just can't stop. So I'm using this brush right here, and I'm gonna get Secret and put it just here, just to, yes. Okay, I'm gonna put some black liner on my waterline. This is a sparkly black liner. This is by John to Blue. All right, for my lashes, I'm using the Ardell Demi Wispies. I'm gonna put some glue on them while I do my mascara. Okay, for my lips, I use the shade Spice. This is ABH. I'm like in love with this color. I use it all the time. I feel like it's perfect for any eye look. It's kind of neutral and it's a little bit more on the darker side, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna use the Morphe setting spray. So this is my look for the day. I hope you guys have a great day. If you're not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. It would mean everything to me. So thank you. I'm starving. It's around noon and I haven't eaten today, so I need to go do that. I've just been here filming. So yeah, subscribe to me if you want to. If you don't want to. Alright, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!